Politico Politica. Politics for everyone.
You're still tuned into Politico Politica with me, your host, Isabella Akinseye. Before the break, I sat down with presidential aspirant Eunice Atuejide about voter intimidation, and she had some very strong words for the government. But now we turn the focus on her journey into politics. So, politics, was it something that was always there from childhood? Were you one of those children? When I grew up, I want to be the president of Nigeria.
Oh, yes. I definitely was that child who was telling everybody I will be the president of Nigeria. But it wasn't because I understood anything about politics. I never really fully grasped what politics in Nigeria was all about until I got to law school a few years ago, and we were trying to help our fellow students and some of the people in the communities who were always coming to us for all sorts of assistance, and we realized that we can't even help so many. There's just a few we could do stuff for, help pay school fees, help with feeding and
so your passion for wanting to help people led you into politics.
Absolutely. So we got together, especially those of us who had studied abroad. We thought, no, we couldn't just ignore this and go back and we're all comfortable. In the end, our kids are coming back to both these things, and they will have probably much more bigger problems to solve than we have now. So we had to get in the ring. Initially, we thought, okay, let's start with pressure groups, but we realized that pressure groups are only useful during the elections. After elections, they are ignored. So we said, okay, let's go into one of the parties en masse and then try and get ourselves up to the top and take it over. And then we realized that parties are actually more or less controlled by specific groups, and you can't get in and get up the way you see in foreign countries. So we realized, okay, we decided the best thing was for us to actually set up a political party, ground it properly in ideologies, and then build from there through to the future. We're not necessarily so much in a hurry, but fortunately for us, within the first 2 years, we're able to get registered. And we thought, okay, now that we're registered before the elections, let's make sure we get out there. Initially, it was to bring all the independent candidates, the new faces together and get them to contest under the National Interest Party, because we have a very transparent system. All our elections are done online and every member has a voice. So for the presidential election, for example, all the members of NIP would be involved in deciding who becomes the candidate of the party. It won't be delegates, or there was no opportunity for anybody to bribe anybody or manipulate the system. But we're not able to get them together. Everybody seems to think they could do it alone. Okay, I can do it alone. And then we now started deliberating, especially after the Omoyele Sowore saga, where he misled us to think he was really coming to NIP, and we made room for him, and then eventually himself and his people didn't come. So after that, we thought, come, we're chasing all these people, but my team members, particularly our party leader, that Eunice, you're actually better qualified than all these people you've been chasing for 6 months.
Have you ever considered your sex, being a woman, as an advantage as well as a disadvantage in playing politics in Nigeria?
I have never thought of it in terms of advantage or disadvantage in the politics itself, but I have indeed thought about it in terms of deliberate attempts by political parties to just not let you come through, probably because you're a woman. And that was one of the things that we thought at NIP we would not have to have those kind of problems. So it's not up to anybody to decide who actually gets the ticket. The people who are contesting have all the freedom to convince the members to vote for them, but it's not up to any godfather or godmother to decide who goes, whether male or female. So it's like a very level playing ground for everybody. In NIP, I don't have that problem of gender, not at all. Of course, there are people with their biases, but they cannot really influence what's going on other than try to convince their own people not to vote for the person because she's a woman. Other than that, we don't have that problem at NIP.
I like how you mentioned godfather, godmother, because some people will say, this party that you went to start, NIP, where is the funding coming from? Who is behind you? Is this really what you want to do? Or is somebody sponsoring all of this? What would you say to that?
There is no sponsors. We don't have those kind of money bags that will come out and drop like 100 million or 300 million or 1 billion or whatever to fund the party. It's really members do what they can. Like every month, there are people that absolutely every month they donate their 2,000, 1,000, 10,000, 5,000. And then we took out a lot of loans to make sure that we can get through, at least get the first phase done, And then when we have more members, we know that even though we don't charge anybody any fees, we try to keep money as far away from the core of NIP as possible so that people can give money according to their abilities. If you have $1 million to give, that's fine. If it's just 100 naira you have, that's fine. So we don't impose bill costs or subscription fees or anything on anybody, but we do encourage our members to give back to the party. And we have programs where we're going to be employing strictly members, maybe like my law firm, my property company, my friends that have consultancies. I have some too. We're going to be employing strictly NIP members, and then of course they're going to be getting their salaries, their health insurances or whatever. And we're going to insist that their tithe comes to NIP because we are the ones that have provided.
I like that. No, their tithe comes to NIP.
I mean, you have to be grateful for the people who are providing for you, and that's actually, it's because of NIP that you are going to get these jobs. You're going to have your insurance. Your kids are going to be feeding. You're going to be able to travel every now and again when you gather up enough savings. But every month you need to pay back to the party at least 10% of whatever you're earning. It's not too much to ask. And you're going to give it anyway to church or somebody or somewhere, something in gratitude. But the person you should be most grateful for or to is actually the political party that is giving you this opportunity. So it's going to be it's a convention that we know we'll have to impose on our people to make sure that the party gets the funding it needs to run on its own. So there will never be a time that godfathers are needed to get the party running or to get the politics played. So we'll be able to rely on what's coming back from our members. So those are some of the things we look at. We're going to have investments. We're going to have investments in our members, and we're going to expect them to at least show some gratitude by paying these tithes back to us.
Can you tell me some of the ideologies? Because you mentioned that what separates NIP from the rest? Because a lot of people say in Nigeria, we don't really practice ideology-based politics, but you're saying you're doing it differently.
Absolutely. The first thing you have to understand when you talk about ideologies, whether you're going left or right, or whether you're going into the socialist style or the capitalist style. But NIP, we said we're going to stay in the middle. We're going to do politics that is socialist in nature, but also politics that is capitalist in nature, because the world has developed far too much beyond that point where you have to just go strictly socialism and then
so you're middle center.
We're very, very central. We are saying we have to allow the government regulate, but we have to allow the private sector to thrive. So we are a very, very central ideological party, and we say, okay, we will do a lot of work to coordinate and regulate, but we also have to allow the economy, a very free economy, so that the country can actually develop faster and move forward a lot faster than we have had so far.
Globally, which party would you say you identify with their ideologies, and which politicians, women, men, would you say you look up to and draw inspiration from?
Personally, I think the person I like most is actually Bill Clinton. I see a lot of similarities between us. He's a people's person. He likes to go in there and mix with the people, mingle with them, chat with them, get to actually understand their problems. And he has a very friendly and body language. You know, Obama is very distant and I'm too good, I'm an orator, and it's harder to approach him and just come and be nice and friendly. Hillary Clinton is stay your way, just stay out of my way kind of person. But Bill Clinton embraces everything. Bill Clinton and Michelle Obama are very similar, always hugging and holding people and communicating with them. So I like him, and I kind of feel that's more like me. I'm the Michelle Obama.
So Michelle Obama, Bill Clinton. What about locally?
Locally? No, nothing like that. Like who? No. I don't have any such inspiration from any of our politicians. I can't think of anybody that would say, I really like this person's style. I would like to be like him or her. No, really.
And if for some reason you're not able to win come February 2019, will you stop politics and go back to the businesses you do, or is this going to be a lifelong thing for you?
This is a lifelong thing, but it doesn't affect the businesses I do. For now, yes, because I had to put so much time and energy and funds into helping build and register NIP and then helping the parties. So I don't expect to have so much responsibilities for NIP after the 2019 elections. So I'll probably be doing an oversight kind of function where people are doing all the leg runs and I am actually basically just giving instructions and staying in my business. I have to go back to my business because somebody has to be making the money. The party is not going to run on paper. So somebody needs to be developing the businesses so that the members can have where to, get the jobs that they need to feed themselves. So at the end of the day, I can't do politics without doing my business. I've got to do my business in order to be able to even get the funding to do some of the politicking and some of the empowerment jobs that I said to myself I have to do. But there is no going back. For me, I'm in the race for life. Like, I'm never going to leave the political arena in Nigeria. I will always put my time. I'll always put my money. I'll always put my experiences. I'm here to stay. I'm not coming in there to quickly look at what's there. And if there's nothing for me, I kukuma go home and forget it. No, I'm here to serve. And service is something I have to do. It's one I'll do for the rest of my life. So there's no, you will see Eunice every day. Yeah. I always trend nowadays. I'll probably be trending for the rest of my life. I don't have a problem with that at all. I'm in this game to stay.